Let's talk about when I went to Vegas one year.
Oh boy.
And I went to we used to go to the bar and restaurant
Yes, sir.
convention
Y'all
in
were out there
Vegas.
for that.
We were out for the bar and restaurant convention, and you were coming out to do a gig. I don't
did.
remember who you were working with.
I think it was in TownCon.
You might have been with the Russians at the time.
Might have been the
And-
Russians.
And you came out a day early to come hang out with us. And so we did the normal,
loved up.
folks. I mean, the bar and restaurant convention it's a free for all.
It's a party.
It's an open
It's
bar.
people. It's industry people.
Yeah, it's just all bar and industry people, and it's an open bar, and you can just go anywhere you want, start drinking. It didn't matter. There was somebody there, everything. And I remember the night we all went out, and you and I were together, and we were pounding them pretty hard. And
I think I drank a couple of bottles of Crown that night.
it wouldn't surprise me.
I mean, I don't think I've ever been that drunk. Let me tell you the quick Larry Robbins story. Larry Robbins' story on this real quick. We're all walking through, and we're walking through the New York. Y'all were at the MGM.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And we walked over to New York, and I just met with you guys, and it was you, Larry, Jules, Joey, and I don't remember who else, and me, a couple of people and we're walking to the casino, and Larry's got these wads of cash, and it's like $100 in ones. And he rips off the little thing that holds them together, just throws it at the the slot machine. And I go, what the hell are you doing? Saving time. I love that story about Larry Robinson. People running around picking up dollar bills. And he goes, pick that up. Let's go. Just, he's showing off, but that was Larry.
That was Larry.
I miss him so much.
Larry. But I just remember that. I remember I was walking by one of the craps tables, and who all was playing? Oh, God, everybody
Duncan
was
Birch.
Duncan was there, and I
remember
believe
he had 600. Maybe I shouldn't say that. He had a lot of money on the roll.
I got at the table, and I had my $100 bill, and I bought in at the table. And so I'm looking at the table, and I'm looking at his rail, and he's
That was a high limit.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
And, oh my God.
Could have got in there with $100.
It was, he had
I know exactly how much he had.
many thousands of dollars on the table.
Many hundreds of thousands of dollars.
And they pushed the dice to me, and I went, nope. Nope. He goes, and he looked at me, and he goes, get the dice and throw them, you pussy. And I said, no, man, if I crap out and you lose all that money. No, So I passed on. I was like, and I lost that $100.
I don't even think you're allowed to pass on anymore.
I did that time because I was
back then you could.
I was not throwing on that one. My God, he had all that money on there.
Mm-hmm.
And I lost that $100. I was there for about 3 minutes, and I was done.
Yeah,
I was out.
That's all it takes.
So I was gone.
Now, I got one good story about Vegas. I took a $100 bill, my last $100 bill. I missed my flight going back off in the telecom show. And I was walking out of the hotel, and this old black guy comes up and goes, you lose all your money? It was like a movie. I said, man, I ain't got no money to give you. He goes, I didn't ask you for your money. You want to make it back? I was like, what do you mean? He goes, come play craps with me. 6 hours later, another bottle of Crown. I won 13 grand off that $100.
Good Lord.
Yeah. Took it in a wad home. Of course, Michelle stole most of that, but
So you missed your flight going home too, huh?
oh yeah.
Yeah, I missed mine
Let's
too.
talk about his flight.
I missed mine too. Because I remember
Rough night.
we went out that night. We were all together that night, and you and I was like, I got to go back to the room and lay down. I said,
We had to go back to Red River the next day.
Yeah, because I had to fly home the next day because I had to go back to work. And so I go back to the room.
And I had a room somewhere, but I was so drunk, I said, I'm just going to come pass out in your room.
Yeah, because I gave you a key to the room. And I said,
I didn't even make it to the bed.
No, I was
passed
in
out.
bed. I was out, and I was in bed. And all of a sudden I hear the door swing open and slam into the wall. And I was like, what in the hell?
And I just fell
And you
down.
came in, and I think you took 3 steps, and you fell down flat. You went straight to sleep right there. And so you're passed out on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And so I go back to sleep. And so then I hear this splash noise, and I'm like going, and it was like going, oh shit, because I was like, I knew I'd left a glass of water on the dresser there. And I thought, oh, he's knocked that he's knocked that water up. And so I sat up and I said, what? And I carried this huge duffel bag as my suitcase. I just threw all my clothes in this duffel bag and I just drag it with me. And it was thrown over there on the floor
Right
by
next
the
to the
dresser.
dresser.
Yep.
Where I was laying.
And I sit up and I look, and there you are, and you're peeing in my suitcase.
Pulled it out, whipped it out.
And I was like, I threw a pillow at you and I said, asshole, go
Hey,
to the
motherfucker.
back of the bathroom. Hence the reason why.
While you missed your flight.
Hence the reason why we started calling him Piss Bag after
Piss bag
that.
for a couple of years. I got that. And
But-
you just left all that shit there. You're like, fuck it, I ain't taking it to get clean.
No, I took it with me. Luckily, I had taken some clothes out that I was going to wear on the plane.
Okay.
So luckily, I had those out, and I had my old Stars jersey and some jeans or whatever, and I just wore that home. But I went to the airport, and I was like, I got there kind of late. It was like my flight was like in like 30 or 45 minutes, and so I went up the counter and checked my bag, and there was this the lady at the counter was helping this elderly couple that was in front of me, and she was trying to help them get them to their flight, and she wasn't even on the airline that I was on. They were on something else, and so she was trying to help them, and it just went on. And so finally, when I got up there, I said, I need to check in, and the lady goes, well, you can't check in. We're 20 minutes out, and we can't put your bag on everything else, so you're going to have to catch the next flight. And I'm thinking, I got to get back and open the bar.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, crap. And
You went back that morning.
Yeah, well, I was supposed to, but
That was a ladies' night, I think.
yeah. And so I called Larry, and of course he was furious. He goes, how did you miss? And I said, and I tried to tell him what was happening, but he wasn't hearing it. And it was like,
Oh, no.
and I told him, I said, I'm on the very next flight. I'm heading back. And so I called Roscoe, and I said, dude, you got to help me out. And he said, what's that? I said, you're going to have to open the club for me. And he goes, well, where are the keys for all the money bags? And of course, they're on my key ring. And so I went, I have them. And he goes, how are we going to get the money bags open? I said, cut them open. I don't care. Just get them open.
Shit.
They did. They did. So they cut all the money bags open.
It had to be hard to cut.
Yeah. But because of that real heavy canvas with the locks and they cut them open. They got them cut open. They got the money out, got the bar open. And I finally got there, but oh my God, Larry was so mad at me. He was like, I can't believe you did this. And I was like, I didn't do it on purpose. I said, I was there. They kind of screwed me over. And so but Piss Bag over here, I know when I got home, I threw my suitcase when I got to the house.
And everything in the washer.
I gave it to Tracy. I said, don't open it. When you open it, just dump it all into the wash machine and just wash it. You know, separate it, just dump it all in.
I didn't even think you were with Tracy back then.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Damn.
Yeah, we were living together then.
Okay.
And she goes, why? What happened? And so when I told her, she went, ooh, I'm not opening that. And I said, I'm not going to.
I could have swore I thought you left your bag in the hotel room and said, fuck it. Just
No, I didn't. I took it home with me, but I had my other clothes out and I just zipped it up and said, I'll throw it on and I'll just deal with it when I get to the house. That was
just one of many Vegas trips.